ending of that video never gets old. Welcome in, everyone, to the Friday night breakdown going into the National Farm Machinery Show. Shane here with Wyatt, Charles, and Jonathan again. Boys, we have got 4 more classes to dive into and 4 fun ones to break down, especially whenever we get into this Pro Stock class. I cannot wait to jump into that one and talk about it. But we have got 95 Limited Pros, 62 two-wheel drive, 8,200-pound diesel supers with the 8,000 alcohol super combo, dual the fuels, and then the 10-2 Pro Stock tractors to round it out. We're going to jump right into it. 95 Limited Pro. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right. Charles, you want me to take it?
It don't matter to me. I got notes too, so
we'll just alternate since we both did 4 ones.
No sweat.
All right. Chris Ashelman digging for 11. Region 3 champ, 15 appearances, 5 wins, 13 top 5s, 14 top 10s. It was a good year for the man out of Wisconsin.
Yeah, he ran close to home too with Wisconsin tractor pullers and pulled it off up there, winning that title as well.
Yeah, dude, flat out just ran everywhere this year when it comes to anything in Wisconsin, even Badger State too, but consistently top 3, if not winning it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep, that's gonna take us to our next one. Coming out of the ITPA group, Danny Barker, the Rhapsody, the only blue one being represented in the 4-1 class at the National Farm Machinery Show. He was second in the ITPA group. That ITPA Limited Pro Stock group, whenever they're all together, they're one of the toughest groups out there.
Yeah, they got some good pieces down there. 618 Motorsports Group, Rylan Helbig, Danny Barker, some of the other ones that cross over. They got a good group down there.
Yeah, the 618 crew. Just, man, I can't even think of all of them that are, whenever they go, they're all there.
Yeah, hopefully Barker can break a string of bad luck. Past couple of years has just not been his year. I mean, gets about 100 foot and it cuts off. So whatever problem they had before, hopefully he's got that resolved and it doesn't happen again.
Yep.
So, well, next we're going out west.
Yep, George Byer and the Cy Outlaw champ. We talked in last night's or yesterday's show or the prior one where we're talking about 4.1s and how much the Outlaws run and how hard they run and how many nights they've got to do it. I think you claim a title out there, you've certainly earned it. It's a war of attrition, but you can't lay down because the guys coming right behind you will take it away from you. So certainly earned out there.
Yeah, this tractor's got a good history. Came up north, now it's down with Byron. This dude flat out just damn near dominated this class all year. But then Jamie Yockey, very in the season, gave him a run for his money. But nonetheless, still a champ. I mean, you can't take away from him.
Nope.
Yeah, that's going to take us to one of the 4-1 teams that probably run everywhere they can run literally all year long. I've found 3 points races that they were in this year. Obviously, talking about the Bowsmas, the special edition. Steve will be behind the wheel of this one. 3rd in the Nebraska Bush points this year, 7th in the Silver Series, but 3rd in the Western Series. Western Series was the one that they paid the most attention to. We know whenever they come down to play, they're coming to win.
When you need to emphasize more that they run everywhere. I don't know if there's anybody in the country now that runs any more places than the Bowsma brothers.
Yeah, I mean, they came down to Hammond, Louisiana last year, all the way from Minnesota.
Yeah. They were in Louisiana. They were in Farm Show. They were in ECI, Western Series, Nebraska Bush, anywhere. I mean, anywhere and everywhere.
Bowling Green in the Pro Stock class.
Yep.
There too.
And they're only going to do more of it when the 3rd one gets done.
Mm-hmm.
3rd one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's more to come.
Well, that's news to me. Huh.
But nonetheless, these guys have been doing this forever since they were in the Super Farm class. They were running everywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Next.
That's going to take us to Adrian Cox, the Hickory Hooker. 6 Western Series runs, 2nd in Western Series points, but he won the Silver Series. to be able to juggle those two series and still come out that high, man, you're doing something right. I think this is an early one to be looking out for.
Yeah. Just yes. Hell, anywhere you saw him this past year, he's always in the top. I mean, Western Series or even Excalibur ran some there too. I mean, this dude runs hard.
Yep. So. Up next.
Next, we're going to go to a little bit more my part of the country. Jared Friedrichs, the Wild Buck. This is more or less a redemption year for them. They had a great year. Didn't win the points. Got second in Badger State points. But nonetheless, competed in the top. They're always in the top 5. Couple hiccups here and there. But when Badger State has consistently 17 tractors that make every hook, that is a tough group of tractors. And you're talking about Myers and John Coots, and he'll run against the Bowsma boys and on and on and on. And it's just a gauntlet that he goes through and come out in second place, I'd say, after a year of a war of attrition. It's going to be good to see him back at the Farm Show.
Yep.
So next, go back south down to Illinois.
Ryland Helbig, the pocket change tractor, is our next one up. They are the ITPA champ. Seem to kind of focus their efforts there on the home state, and it paid off.
Yeah, it did. I mean, the 4-1s have a lot of hooks for the ITPA throughout the summer. So, I mean, they're kind of up there with the amount of hooks that the Outlaws and the Western Series and all of them have. I mean, they ran strong all year long.
Yep, and against some of the same, they wind up kind of meeting in the middle where you got the 618 guys coming up from the south. You got, Old and coming across from the east side of the state, and then we all know what's on the northwest corner out of Illinois. You walk into 401 territory everywhere you go. So
yeah, you do. Yep.
Well, next we come down to my part of the world once again with Stephen Long and the Plow Tractor 401, the Center Grove pulling team. I mean, they had a pretty solid year in the Mid-South circuit. I mean, there again, you're going up against some really strong tractors, going back to Colby Counts with Dixie Deer. I mean, they were battling it out all summer long.
Yeah. I can't believe this is the first time they've ever been to the National Farm Machinery Show, honestly, as many years as they've been in the pulling. They finished up second Mid-South points this year. Like Jonathan said, they battled out with Counts all year long. They traded wins back and forth. I'm really excited to see them go, and I'm super happy for them to get their chance to go to the big dance.
Oh, yeah, and they I guess they only put in for one, or at least one got in because they have volunteer deer as well.
Yeah, they at one point they had 3. They had 2 4-1s and then the Super Farm, but I think they've since sold the Super Farm, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah, both 4-1s did very well, finishing top 3 in points in Mid-South. I mean, there's nothing to hang your head about if you can finish with both tractors in the top 3.
Exactly.
I think we're all JP. We're going to be pulling for them to do well in this one to represent the South.
You always got to pull for your association.
Yeah. Up next, it's going to take us to Mr. Jerry Martin, the John Deere 50-20 Deere. 5 appearances on the Region 3 side, 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s, but he was second in the OSCPA points light pro and limited pro combo that they run out there, right behind Blacktop Binder, which is a light pro. So he was the top run 4-1 out of that group.
Yeah, this dude made a surprise appearance at Toma, Wisconsin this year.
Sure did.
Which is kind of crazy, pulling in the back of a gooseneck all the way from Ohio to Wisconsin. Did well too. Did very well in Toma, but he likes to mix it up. Running against light pros is tough, especially for a 4-1. I understand they get the weight, but still the horsepower difference, and he competes very well though. But
yeah, it really does. Wyatt, we're coming up there to your part of the world, Mr. John Meyer Jr., probably one of my favorite ones that I get to see whenever I travel up north to Shipshewana every year whenever they come. The Meyer Performance R&D tractor. They were third in the Badger State points. They had 2 NTPA appearances and had a top 5 and 2 top 10s. They're going to be ready to go.
R&D, and it may look R&D, but that tractor has been gone through a lot. That it runs really hard. Anything the Meyers have, it's always ran hard. Hot Farms 4-1s, no slouches anywhere they go. I mean, the Meyer name is synonymous up here in Badger State. I don't know much more you could say about them other than they just flat out compete no matter where they're at.
Yep. Charles, who we got coming up next?
We go to the east side of Illinois. Jacob Old, a Just Add Dirt name, gets revived in the sport of pulling on that beautiful 56 Series IH that they run. They did it kind of a different way. They went out and took Region 2 and won that championship with a couple of wins. And then also when they were closer to home, in between duties on the farm, climbed all the way to number 6 in ITPA.
Yeah, I don't know if you call that sporadic appearances, but based off the amount of folks that they have on ITPA, I would say so.
Yeah.
And then to round out our 4-1s on Friday night, McKenzie, is it Trinkline or is it Trinklin?
Trinkline, I think.
Okay. Yeah, the Like No Other tractor, she was second in the Excalibur points. Not a rookie coming into farm show. She's been there before, so I'm sure she'll take what she learned last year and apply it to this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, now to move to the noisemakers of the session. Going on the 200-pound super modified tool drives. You can start down there with you guys. Tim Beatty, Sawmill Express. This truck is becoming no stranger to farm show. It's a great looking truck, great running truck too. Sullivan power plant, tuned at least, but 7th in the NTPA Grand National points. Dustin Mid-South running too. It didn't make any appearances on the Champions Tour, but anywhere it went though on the Grand National or Mid-South Tour, it was up in there.
Oh, and he's normally dominant. I mean, he like you said, he's becoming no stranger.
He's already done it whenever he went down to Ocala and won a session down there. So he's starting off the year on the right foot. Yeah. Tim really, him and the Sullivans are pretty close. So typically whenever they go, that's where he's going to end up going. Strong run truck nonetheless. But this next one is probably my favorite looking truck out of this group.
It's the most interesting looking truck out of all the tool drives. Let's just say that. Mad Max, Kane family, the runner-up in the NTPA Grand National points, right behind Donnie Sullivan, the big stick. They had 4 top 5s on the year. Highest finish in the Grand National side was 3rd place, but consistently running well, especially if you get 21-plus trucks every hook on the Grand National circuit. Nothing to hang your head at. They've been climbing the ranks now for a couple of years in the tool drive class. This is the highest they finished. And last year they were 5th. Now they're 2nd. They're going to come guns a-blazing in the farm show. I'm telling you right now. So next, we're going to go down to the deep south more or less down to Texas. Dustin Corliss, the Texas Bullseye. You'll run and tell it as it was called before, but this is part of the Nelson Camp tool drives. T-Bucket finished top 5 in the Outlaw Circuit points. No stranger to farm show. He was there last year with a new look called Texas Bullseye. Dustin's a hard run on the Outlaw Circuit, consistently top 5. You get a couple wins this year. Going to come to farm show. Obviously, Donald's been there before with the tool drives, and he's got a lot of data. They're going to bring that to Dustin's ride.
I feel like Dustin's due here at this event with the truck. I mean, he's got enough seat time in Freedom Hall.
Yeah,
yeah, I agree.
That's the one that's painted all purple and everything, right?
Yeah, it was originally white and black, and now it's purple with some flame western theme to it.
Yeah, that's the one I thought it was. That truck's slick.
Mm-hmm. The next one on the list was more, I'm not going to say shocking, but it's a cool name that's now never been there. Take Up Space, Deathwish truck, running the Excalibur and the Western Series points. Didn't win either one of them, but finished high in both series. That old school Chevy body look, it runs very well. I've never seen it in person. It's going to be cool to see.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen it either.
Is he a rookie to farm show?
Yeah, I don't know enough about him to know if he is or not.
I kind of feel like yes.
Based off what we know and what we're saying, I feel like he is.
Yeah.
Kind of my thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only data you can find him is in the Western Series and the Excalibur Series, but other than that, it just doesn't seem like he travels around too much, which a lot of guys don't sometimes. But could shake it up very well. Who knows? So,
Yep.
going next to not a new name by any means, but Mayhill and Old Blue. This truck won the Region 2 points. He had 5 wins on the season. Went and then won the Ingerly 2. Mayhill, not from tires, but when they run the two-wheel drive, it runs very well.
He's a guy who understands tires, and he's been a slow for a couple of seasons before getting in the seat of the two-wheel drive. So there's a guy. He's well-rounded. He definitely understands what it takes to get down a track.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's definitely no slouch. Obviously, knows the tire game by heart. Who knows? He may have found something that he's got for Farm Show. He's ready to show everybody up. But next, we're going to go with the Champions Tour champion, Bethany Nelson, Sweet Revenge. Consistent throughout the year, only 1 win on the Champions Tour. But the Nelsons, like we said on the previous show, top 3 were all their trucks. And if that's not anything to say dominant, I don't know what it is. And then next is another team truck, Jeremy Nelson in the Midnight Gambler, another top 3 truck, PPL. This one didn't have any wins, but like I said, consistently top, doesn't matter which Nelson truck it is. And
Let's say another Nelson truck.
yeah, Illinois Nelson, to be completely clear. No, Jeremy, no stranger to Farm Show either, and that big Dodge panel band. So, well, and now we're going to go to a different Nelson, but the Southern Nelson, Mendy Nelson Brown, the Little Whip, the final truck out of Texas for the Southern Nelsons. She's been a past Farm Show winner, hasn't she?
I believe so, yeah.
In some shape or form. I don't know if she's won it on Saturday night, but I know she's won it.
I will check.
I believe in recent history she has. Truck runs very well. In 2022, she's a TPC champion.
Yeah, 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, she did. She sure did.
Outlaw second place points right behind Miller and the other bad decisions. Consistently in the top. She's not afraid to drive this thing at all.
She's won this thing twice. She won it in 16 as well.
That's right. Yep, I forgot that one. Yep.
Well, I
clicked
an extra tab. Pulled up the Hall of Champions while we're on here.
Mm-hmm. So, no stranger to this. And the next one, this name is no stranger either. At least the truck. 2-time and Carl Odell. This one's the OSTPA champ. From the website, it says 8 wins on the season, which 8 wins in two-wheel drive points anywhere you go. I would think that'd be rare.
It's pretty tough. I have to go back a couple of years. So I think when Russ Nichols was just on a shred was maybe the most recent example.
Yeah. That's another thing about this two-wheel drive truck class, too. We are guaranteed a brand new champion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. New champion. It's never a bad thing, though. Next one. This is, I don't know if this one's a Farm Show rookie either. Russell Phipps, the Cornfield Cruiser Blackout truck, T-Bucket out of Illinois.
Yeah, we've had discussions amongst ourselves about this one being a rookie to Farm Machinery Show. As far as we can tell, he is.
Come from the small block or the small mini ranks, now in the blown tool drive. Yeah, from years past, I don't think he's been there. So maybe a rookie, and if he's a rookie, he's a tough rookie at that. I mean, winning a point series this year, nothing to hold your head about.
And the rumor mill swirling that this could be the last time we see the Cornfield Cruiser Blackout.
We'll have to see.
Next, certainly got the tease or two on it in our comment section on a show or two.
Oh yeah. Next, we're gonna go, as you say, my neighbors, RJ Simon in the Dirty Pearl. In the Regions 3 side, I don't know if I've ever seen a more dominant win than when he won Lancaster, Wisconsin, putting 30 feet on the entire field. This truck has been a winning truck for years now. Whenever RJ drives it, it made a short stint down to Texas when Hunt had it. Now it's back with RJ. Fourth in the NCPA Grand National points. This truck finished highest out of all the Simon trucks, but Simon's and tool drive is kind of synonymous anymore. Doesn't matter which one it is, Dodge, Chevy, or Dirty Pearl.
Simons and pulling in general.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what class it is.
Yeah, clearly.
Every time.
Yep, round it out.
This one I don't get to see a lot, but you guys do. Brian Stevens in the bucket list truck coming out of the TNT.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know if I've got the chance to see this truck run outdoors in person just because of the geographic location of most of the TNT pools being on a different part of the state. But, I mean, two-wheel drive is kind of like the mainstay for that association, right? I mean, it's nothing unusual for them to have 20 two-wheel drive trucks show up to an event.
Nope.
I don't know where to place him. I really don't.
Well, heck, 20 entries in tool drive isn't anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can trace the lineage of this truck back. I think this truck stays in Kentucky for all these years. I think this is a former Mattingly truck.
Possibly.
I'm pretty sure that this was Lone Wolf at one point. I'm not for sure on that part, but I'm pretty sure I can trace this back to being Mattingly.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
Doubt it a bit.
But no, you want to talk about 22-wheelers not being unusual showing up anywhere just based off the geographic location. That's normally light limited super country over there where they are. That's for TNT, it's more about the two-wheelers.
Yeah.
They have a lot of them.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they
Well,
do.
next class, there isn't a lot of them, but they're all heavy hitters.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. The duel of the fuels. The 8,200-pound diesel super stock and the 8,000-pound alcohol super stock.
Yeah, so a little bit of history from whenever they combined the class. The first time it ran 2020, we went alcohol. 2022 was the year that all 6 of them were diesel. And Travis Schlabach with the Bone Twister took the win there. And then last year, Josh Blackburn, I think it was the ratio, or not the ratio, but the alcohol to diesels was 4-2 in the finals. For was it 5-1?
5-1. The only diesel,
5-1.
the
Yeah.
only diesel super was Super Rooster, and he finished second.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were the second, because that's we were the second and finished diesel. That's how we got to go to Mac Trailer last year.
And if you look at the weather, it's usually different every time.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be a factor. I mean, last year it was cold, and then had the oil spill happen. And they restarted the class, and the heat was in the alcohol engine, so it gave them even more of a chance to compete.
Yep.
Who would ever think weather would affect an indoor event?
You'd be surprised.
Seems to mess with this class more than any other.
Yep.
Between them and Light Super.
Well, kicking us off is no stranger to the game at all. Josh Blackburn, and extremely armed and dangerous. I mean, he was third in Grand National points this season. He had 12 appearances, all top 10 every time. 8 were in the top 5s, 2 wins. He had the farm show under his belt in Rockwell. I mean, he's coming back, and I guarantee, always one to watch.
My question to you guys, when was the last time that Terry was not in the open super stocks?
I was having the exact same thought as you looking at this. Yep.
As I was going through it, I was wondering, I was looking for him.
Now, Cheesick Blackburn tractors, granted, they're going to be in there.
Well, yeah.
But Terry's been in the open super stocks, at least the heavy super stock class and farm show for years.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to probably go back to the birth of the 903s when they started doing them, like, 06, 07, I think, is when these were coming out.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Terry's pulling in the 6400 on midday.
Yeah. So we were talking about the weather. As of right now, February 4th. So after this week, it'll be Farm Show week. It's showing mid 40s right now.
So long time between now and then.
Long time.
Yep.
Well, this site that I'm using, it normally don't miss. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, on to the next one. We have Steve Bird with the lock and load. Third in Grand National points, 14 total appearances, all of which he was within the top 10 and 8 top fives. I didn't see any wins on the season for him, but again, another competitive tractor.
Oh yeah, and Burge has been around this game a long time. Past champion. Last year had a string of rough luck, especially in Farm Show. That wasn't a great ending to it, but a lot of Farm Show data with that team. Wouldn't suspect him to do anything bad. At least
And when it runs, it runs.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of those guys who they know where 10/10 is, so they consistently set it at about 9.7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Oh yeah.
On to the next one. I couldn't find a whole lot on this tractor. Y'all might. I got Brad Campbell with maybe. The only thing I could find on him was second in outlaw points. I mean, I've never seen this tractor in person. I don't know anything of it.
I don't know if any of us have ever laid eyes on this
Not
one.
many people do. This may be the biggest. I don't mean this in a disparaging way. For Farm Show this year, this might be the biggest ghost tractor of them all because no one knows.
Yeah.
No.
The only man that really would know is Doug Meisinger because they ran against him and he was second outlaw points. Doug works with this tractor at least a little bit with parts. Before this, 2019 was the first year of this tractor and catastrophic ending in Wisner, Nebraska. This is the first year back out since 2019. It's black IH 856. Currently, they're up at the dyno at Blackburns right now getting it figured out. So they're going to come at least with a fighting chance.
Yeah. So it's another alcohol. Well, this takes us to Cody Chiswick with Considered Armed and Dangerous HD. Another one that's no stranger. He was your Grand National points runner-up, 12 appearances, all 12 top 10, and 10 top fives, 4 wins coming from Fort Recovery, Rockwell, BG, and Enderley. And if me and Shane are right, he took the ring at BG as well.
One of the youngest ring winners in history. Cody's taken this class kind of by storm. Obviously, the tractor's no slouch. I mean, the 6-cylinder, when they came out with this tractor, it just did nothing but consistently be the top.
Yeah.
So it's a good ride to get into. But he's a Farm Show rookie. I mean, he's been there for years watching his dad's tractors run with Terry and Josh, but now he gets a chance to run it.
Yep. Me and Shane went back and forth on this. Was he the rookie of the year?
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, it would be Cody.
Okay. We couldn't remember.
Other than that, I couldn't think of anybody else that'd be such a rookie as he is.
Mason Theobald?
Close, but
Close maybe.
Close, but obviously with Cody's success,
Yeah.
it kind of stood out.
Yeah. Strong running tractor. I mean, anything Blackburn.
Blackburns and alcohol supers.
Do what?
I said Blackburns and alcohol supers just kind of.
Yep. I mean, the one and one.
Mm-hmm.
That'll take us to Neil Gettinger with lessons learned. 2 Grand National appearances at Fort Recovery, and let's see, I think it was just Fort Recovery, both of them there. He got 9th place in both, 5th in PPL points. I mean, this lessons learned tractor has been on that track for years.
Yeah, the former Mining for Dollars tractor. I still remember whenever it was Mining for Dollars. I was young. But the Gangers bought it. They were a John Deere diesel super team for I don't know how many years. I think we were all kind of shocked whenever they went to a red Alki.
Yeah,
but,
it was a big move when they did that.
Yeah.
And we didn't have the social media platform back then to discuss it either.
Nope.
Yeah, but I mean, they've certainly taken it on.
One of, if not the first, aluminum frame component tractor that was out there.
Yeah.
Well, up next we have Jeff Hurt with Running Bear. He was your PPL points champ, 2 wins with 3 Grand National appearances. He had 1 top 10, and it was a top 5. 3rd at the 2023 Farm Show. I mean, what more can you say? This tractor is also another one of those alcohols that you have to watch.
Well, there's a reason why they call this man Mr. Excitement, because he had a year that I would say is the most roller coaster of them all, especially when it comes to running super stock and mini. Everybody's seen it when he took the hood off in Macville, Wisconsin, and turned it into Frankenstein.
Yeah.
But that didn't change his performance the rest of the year. He still ran at the top of PPL, and there's a reason why he won the points.
Yep.
But
Me and Shane talked about the hood incident earlier.
Yeah, we did. I'll be curious to know if it's painted now.
Well, I was wondering that myself.
yeah, it's known as Frankenstein now. He may keep it.
Yeah.
But
It's been working, so I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, there's some superstition involved on that one. I
I
like
mean, he's been doing good ever since, so why change?
yep.
Up next, we have Jeff Hotham in Fully Loaded, second in PPL points with 2 wins out of 6 appearances, 5 top 10s, 3 of those were top 5s. Comes in with 2 wins from Benson, North Carolina, and Bowling Green. I mean, Bowling Green is a huge win. I don't know much about the Benson pool, but I mean, you can't count this one out.
No, I mean, I think this year is really a big coming out year for them. You know,
Yeah.
they've been fighting the tractor left and right, and they finally took a step back and said, okay, let's get this thing right in the off season, and they did. Obviously, just revealed a brand new sponsorship. I can't remember the exact name of the company, but the wrap on it looks absolutely amazing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm really excited to see what they do this year.
I mean,
The wrap's like a black hole. It just eats color. It is so cool.
Yeah, it is. And they
Yeah.
got the Kubota wrapped with it.
Mm-hmm.
really?
This definitely was a year that it was a redemption year for Jeff. Obviously, when he had to sit a year out waiting on a motor, it was definitely hard on him. But now he's just at his game again. Benson was a good showing for him winning down there. Toma, he did very well too. And BG obviously winning there too. It was a good year for him.
yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't count them out.
No, not at all.
Well, this takes us to one back up to Kentucky, really close to Shane. I mean, we got Brandon Hunt living a dream. He broke at Chapel Hill. We were all there for that one. 4 appearances, 4 top 10s, 3rd at BG. And I think you said y'all got, what, 3rd at the Mac Trailers, Shane?
No, we got 3rd on Saturday night at Bowling Green after the turbo let go. Didn't have good luck there at the Mac Trailer show either, but he's been working on it. It shows some promise. As long as it holds together, we'll be ready to rock and roll, and we'll be amongst them. Have
Good
no
deal.
doubt about it.
Chapel Hill was definitely one to experience.
That was on the lighter side of one of those fires that he's had. Just saying.
One nonetheless.
I've seen him have one like Travis had at Chapel Hill before at our hometown pool. That was whenever I was like 11. So
No, your brother's tractor was showing good promise. So after Chapel Hill, when it went to Bowling Green, it showed out very well.
that
Yeah.
thing, he was backing off of it, and then it just finally said, "I'm done for you."
But
Gotta love it. All in the sport.
Oh yeah, love it, love
This-
it.
This takes us to a man who is no stranger to the class, no stranger to the track, Mr. Kent Payne in Super Rooster. Grand National points champ, 15 appearances, all 15 top 10s, 13 of them top 5s. 4 wins coming from Fort Recovery, 2 at Rockwell, and then Bowling Green. I mean, this man, I mean, if he's not first, he's second.
Yeah,
to say this man had a year is kind of an understatement because Ken's been working at this Grand National title for a couple years now. Travis has been kind of his kryptonite. Obviously, Travis is no slouch either, but Kent's one of them old pros, and it was good to see him win a title. And he's just tough. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Only representative of the Diesels last year in the finals, and I would say he's gonna have a good shot at making the finals again this year. Obviously, he's got a lot of good customers that are in the show too. Ryan Anderson being one of them. Jacob Bull, the man knows how to make horsepower.
Strong running diesel. I mean, I think strong is an understatement at this point.
you're still not done the heavy hitters on the diesel side though.
No, I know that's what's crazy. It just better with the next two. Well, that takes us to Colin Ross with triple bypass. 5th in Grand National points, 13 appearances, 12 top 10s, 9 of them top 5s, 5 wins, 2 at Hutchinson, Chapel Hill, Tennessee, Napoleon, Ohio, and the Enderley. I mean, this another heavy hitter. I mean, what's crazy when I was going through this list, I mean, you had back-to-back diesels, and they're all always up there unless something happens.
And I think it's fair to say that when it comes to this particular event, Colin Ross is pissed. He's coming in with a chip on his shoulder.
Oh yeah, I mean, breakage after breakage.
Well, for obvious reasons, we know what happened last year. The year before, when he stuffed it in the sand in 22, and that's when the 6 diesels went. That he was wanting that title then. He didn't get it. Last year, obviously didn't get it. Now he, like he said, he's pissed. And knowing what that thing runs like when he's pissed off, I think everybody should be scared.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You might hear the RPMs kind of hit that number. You're kind of like, oh, please don't hit that one, please.
As Travis Schlabach says, there's a fuse on it, and how short the fuse is determined by the driver. And that fuse is going to be pretty short, knowing Colin Ross.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, he's going to give it all it'll take.
Speaking of Travis Schlabach, we have him next with Bone Twister. He was 4th in Grand National points, 13 appearances, 11 top 10s, 8 of those were top 5s, and a win coming from Fort Recovery. I mean, to see him in 4th and Colin in 5th, I mean, I didn't get to watch, a whole lot, but they were back and forth for the most part, trying to battle out that points position.
Travis kind of fell back to earth a little bit this year. The year before, like, he literally couldn't do anything wrong. Nothing wrong. This year he kind of fell back to earth a little bit, but make no mistake, the power is definitely in there. He'll put it on. He'll put it to. If we talked earlier about knowing with Burge knowing where 10/10 is, he'll put it at 9.7. Travis and Colin will shove it in there at 11 and hope.
Well, if I know Denny Healy on there at Ambush, that tractor, knowing how it didn't have a great year, let's be truly honest, blowing oil pans apart and not having a good year. Denny's going to come just like Colin is, and he's going to wick that thing up.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. All right, the last one of the supers.
Mr. John Strickland.
The man who won the first Duel of the Fuels.
Yeah. In the Galot too. I mean, 7th in Grand National points with just 10 appearances. 8 of those were top 10s and 3 top 5s. I mean, he's always one to watch in this class. I mean, he's been around it. He's been down the track, countless times.
Yeah, and he can drive literally anything. I guess in the back of my mind, the only question mark I've got is how much is the new light super taken away from prep time on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, once they got past PRI, I'm sure that this kind of became the focus, wouldn't you?
I would assume so, yeah.
Well, they've also had the Mini to focus on too.
Yeah, there's a lot
making his debut down in Ocala. By the way, go find that post on our page. We that truck, or not the truck, the Mini Rod is absolutely gorgeous, and the message is awesome. Love it.
The message is fantastic. I do like it a lot. A lot.
But going back to PRI, I think with the light super being ready for PRI, I would say the time was spent on this one too. Granted, GMS is going to have a lot of other customers running his parts and needing stuff too, but I would say that most of the time would go there too. The Mini is more or less John and Holt's thing. Brent would be having the super.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Mini's
probably
really
not
good.
even prepped in the same building. I'd say the Mini stays in North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure them and I'm going to venture to say Singletary and them work kind of closely. I mean, they live pretty close to each other.
Yeah. Well, obviously, coming from Shelton's too, it wouldn't be surprised if any parts come from there too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, boys, y'all ready to have some fun with the gauntlet?
Yeah, I'm ready.
There's going to be some really, really freaking good tractors that go home.
This is the roughest, toughest bunch of Pro Stocks I think we've seen in a while, especially for, a prelim show.
This Pro Stock class, when the list came out, I was utterly shocked.
This session is murder.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's got a good variety of color too.
This is the color. I mean, damn, this is like Thanos and the rings having all the power.
Yeah.
That was not a reference I was expecting you to make. I'm proud of you for knowing that one. I'll be honest.
Hey, it went. Well, you ready to start off? We have Elijah Brown, Green with Envy. I mean, they were, let's see here. I've got it somewhere. I just had it. They were 16th in NTPA points. They had just 4 appearances, two top 10s and a top 5 coming out of that. They were at Toma and Farley, Chapel Hill, and Bowling Green. And did they have breakage at Bowling Green?
So on Friday night, they were one of the first hooks of the class before the sled got reset.
Okay.
And it did not sound pretty when it got to the other end of the track. And obviously, Denny and his wife had other obligations that they had on Saturday, so they couldn't be there anyways. But they just couldn't make it for the second pass on Friday night, at least. But their mainstay was on the PPL championship.
Yeah, finished number 4 over there with no wins. And at the non-sanctioned event at Wagler Motorsports Park after the end of the season, they were there as well. And end of the evening, it's getting to be almost midnight. I mean, the pool's been over a couple of hours. And Ryan Reesink and I are standing around talking with the Masterson crew, and they were next pit over, and the tractor was running and running and running and running. So finally, we just like, what are they doing? We walk over there, and they had the boost tubes off of it, out of the intercooler into the intake pipe, and it just water's falling out. And Denny goes, "You know why this thing's been popping and banging all summer? I think because we've had a blown core the whole time and didn't know it." So if they've got that fixed for this event, this could be a real dark horse to take it all.
Yeah, Elijah's made his debut jumping into the seat this year too. His first appearance was at the Polish Championship in May. Done very well for himself. Charles, I'm like you. I actually didn't know that was the issue. So
they didn't either until that night.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard that one. That was
if that's true, that is a big one. And knowing Denny, that tractor will run like a banshee.
Oh yeah, I mean, between the crew, I mean, you got Denny, Sam, and Elijah. I mean, and I mean, all the time alternating, and they usually all 3 do very well.
Really, if you really watch them all, even Eli for his first year out, you can't tell much difference in the way they start.
You can't.
Denny has the experience nonetheless, but still, you just watch him. It's minute what the changes are.
Yeah, which is a good thing when it comes down to it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we get the fire at the end of the cycle at the end of the run, I'll still be happy.
Yeah, especially in this Friday night class. I mean, it's going to take every little bit of driving that you can do.
Yeah. That's going to take us Mr. Mike Connie, the Mac Nasty tractor out of Ohio. He had 2 wins on the NTPA Tour this year, 9 top 5s, 12 top 10s, 17 appearances. Average finish was 6.7 this year. Finished up number 3 in the Grand National points.
And the tractor doesn't seem to know who's driving it. I mean, at least one of those wins was not his, in the seat of it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he wasn't at all of them this year, whether Julia was driving or Tate or Carlton.
Yep. It runs. It doesn't matter. They're basically identical and they run identical.
Yeah.
Yep. Up next, we are coming down south to Jackson, Tennessee, to one of the few pro stocks that are left in this part of the country. Ken Couch, the High Cotton. Last time we will see this tractor as a big pro stock. They have already said they are making the change, going down to the 5.0 Pro class. And this tractor likes Farm Show more than the other one does. Yeah, I'm excited for it. He's in my top 3.
Obviously, with how many heavy hitters are in this one, it's gonna be hard. Obviously, the tractor does run good, but like we said before, we're gonna keep going down this list, and it's just a murder's row.
Yeah, they like to run around the ITPA group, the Grand National group, if they can, and some of the select PPL events like Shides and other ones like that. The next one I'm really excited to see return, though, and I hope they do. We haven't seen them all year long. I I'll say they've probably earned the legendary status moniker when it comes to pro stock pulling. Talk about Mike Linder and the Linder brothers. I really hope they're there, and I hope they're ready to go.
Yeah, they've been around since the 80s. They've been there, done that. In recent years, they really haven't changed. But they didn't run much at all, if at all, in 23. But in the last few years, they really changed points much. Just kind of per hook and go where they want. But they're always a threat.
Yeah, definitely. I've always loved seeing them at the farm show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Legendary
Well,
status applies to them.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's going to take us to homie, Mr. Jack Mays with Billet Binder. This tractor has been on the hunt for a win all season. He finally got it in Sandwich. I mean, it's always been, he's been running strong for the most part of the summer. We've been videoing and just waiting on this man to get his win, and finally Sandwich provided for him.
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
NTPA side, at least he got that win for the NTPA. He started out the year very strong for PPL in Nashville, Illinois, and that was a statement win down there. The kid could flat out drive.
Yes.
Yeah, he can. He's got a heck of a teacher too, and his dad.
Heck, he himself had been a past points champion in 2019 on the PPL side, but that thing was strong all year.
Do you want to talk about two guys that are really fun to conversate with too? Whenever there's about 3 or 4 hours before the pool starts, they are fun to just sit around, talk with, and tell stories on from all their years in the pro stock class.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I think guys that could talk about years in the pro stock class go to the next.
Grandview, Indiana. Talk about Kevin Masterson, the River Rat.
You don't know. Here's a quarter. You better call somebody.
Yeah, I'm excited.
PPL points champ. I mean, again, we're going to go through this debate. I guarantee it. With how we did with Tinker Toy. We're going to get to the end. We're all going to pick a pro stock, and everybody's going to want to say River Rat. I mean, it's the master.
Yeah. We were in Toma, Wisconsin. Go back to the last one, Jack Mays. Jack had the lead. He was a 361 in the lead.
He was.
And we're sitting there. He's like, I don't know how confident I am because we know that River Rat's coming. And about 100 feet when that tractor set in, everyone's like, well, Kevin's gone.
Yeah.
And
That was the first time they'd been to Toma in, 20 years?
20 years it was since they've been to Toma.
Yeah. I mean, that was something they really did this year. I mean, if you would have told me coming into the 2023 season that they had never hooked at Chapel Hill, I would have looked at you like you were crazy. I didn't know that.
And Tinker Toy won it, correct?
Yeah,
Tinker
at least
Toy
one
won
night.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But River Rat is your standing champ. He's always got something to prove, and everybody knows he stands on business.
Yeah.
And you look at where he went this year, and we're not going to go on this for the longest time, but he had a year I don't know if anybody else has ever had in history. He won Louisville,
Yep.
he won the truck show, he won the PPL points title, he won Toma, he won Chapel Hill with Tinker Toy, they won the belt buckle. They're damn close to the ring at Bowling Green.
Went to the Wagler Big Money Pool at the end of the year and dominated it.
Yeah.
Flat out spanked people.
Scheid, I want to say they really did well at Scheid as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they did.
yeah, because they did well there too. It's like, what couldn't they do wrong? Except for
It was a great summer.
Exactly.
Yeah, they did.
But
I'm just glad to see him going out and around to these other places too.
yeah, when they came to Toma, everybody's like, "Oh, this is going to get good."
Yeah. We had a whole bunch of pros that weekend in Chapel Hill too. You know it?
21 of them. So
Yeah, we did.
If only we got to see him 2 nights instead of 1.
Yep. We're going to another legendary name, nonetheless. The Workhorse. We don't really know who's going to be behind the wheel. Brad Moss is listed, but we don't know if that could change between now and then. I would assume not. But
I've been told that it's more likely going to be Brad. So
okay, yeah, I mean,
It could
Brad
change
spent
as
some
this-
time on the tractor this year.
right, as information could change as this is being recorded before farm show, so anything
Yep.
could happen.
Yeah,
But
we're recording
this-
this on like the 4th, so we're literally a week away.
Yeah.
But this tractor though, this one's been around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
more than once.
Past champion, yeah. This been there, done that, as you say.
And there's no junk under the hood. I mean, it's and Brad probably more so than Rob. Really, Brad will treat it like a rental car.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're going to go to another one that we all know pretty well. Rhett Parrish, El Nino, the tractor that took the internet by storm a couple of years ago and then ran as well as it looked, taking the win in the preliminary round at the Farm Machinery Show. Rhett's had a good year. I mean, he's still getting it all figured out, working out some of the bugs sometimes. But other than that, it's been strong all year long.
Finished third in PPL points, just 2 points behind Tinker Toy. I mean, he was battling hard for that one.
Yeah.
That and it's your other chaos tractor, Charles, aside from Shelton's.
And I would not, like he's another one you got to throw it in there. I know everybody wants to pick Masterson in this class, but I mean, you got Rhett's in there. He's in this conversation.
Can't count him out.
Well, heck, the four that we've just said in a row, not to pick on the top either with Brown, Connie, and Couch. Masterson, Mays, Brad Mawson, Workhorse, and now Rhett. Linder, like we said, this is a murder's row in this Friday.
It's a gauntlet.
Now, this next one, it's been typically run on Saturday afternoon for I don't know how many years since they've had it, but
at least the third or fourth year in a row they've been in Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, now they're coming over to Friday night.
Ceramic. They bounced around, I think 10th in PPL, 8th in ITPA. They were down in like 13th, I think, with NTPA. Kind of just went where they wanted to, didn't run chase points, but it's another tractor that it's legit. It's always a threat.
It wakes up and never comes to Farm Show, too. Doesn't matter what's happened all year long. It wakes up and it comes to Farm Show.
Yep. Yeah, Brian did very well there last year. Obviously, on the NTPA side here, they didn't have many appearances, though, but top 10 with a 7th in Toma, 3rd Chapel Hill, back-to-back third places in Sandwich. And even on the PPL side where they were in there, always in the top 3 there. So that never been a slouch when it's been the Pro Stock class.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's going to take us to Mr. Justin Wagler with Real Deer Pro up in Indiana. He finished 5th in the PPL points champion. I know he finished 3rd in Louisville last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
It's another deer that you have to watch out for. Wagler is no stranger to the class, no stranger to the track.
No, it doesn't matter if it's Super Farm, 401, or now Pro Stock. Justin's been on that dirt a lot.
Yep. And he finished 5th in Bowling Green too.
Yeah, Justin's runs hard every class he's been in, and like we said, another one that's going to be a heavy hitter. It's going to be gunning for the top. So, well, and then the next one, we're going to go up my way a little bit, and this is one of the most unique looking Pro Stocks out of them all. Craig Wildman, straight out of the line, Kloss. I would say besides Rhett Parrish's tractor, this would have been one of them that almost broke the internet when they first brought it out.
Mm-hmm.
Runs hard, Lemke power plant. Wildman's did all the work, and it runs really hard all the time. Didn't get out much in the 2023 season. Obviously, after the Polish Championship, it didn't make a reappearance till Highland, Wisconsin. Did well there too and finish out the season strong, but
I don't remember what they did at Polish Championship. They wounded it somehow, and it took them to get back.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the story on that one yet. We could ask, but Craig in the seat this year with Robbie was in the seat last year for its debut at Farm Show, but it doesn't matter if it's Wildman's or Robbie, all of them can drive.
Yep.
Yeah. Or Lucian Coolers.
Or Lucian.
That always gets me excited. Yep, we're going to go to a guy who's going to put a little extra butter on it whenever he comes out to the track, I'm sure. Russ Yoder, out of Indiana with the Minneapolis Moline G1000. Kind of made sporadic appearances throughout the year.
Yeah, Wyatt said about straight out of line, it's a interesting looking tractor. Well, so is Yoder. The Minneapolis Moline, it's all. I thought it's always looked clean, and he pulled a little bit with NTPA this year. He got second in Bowling Green and fifth in Canton. I mean, it's another strong running tractor that we're just throwing to the wolves in this gauntlet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't make an appearance until late in the year, waiting on parts, different things. But Russ has always ran really hard. Obviously, when he came out, second in Bowling Green, sixth and fifth in Canton, ninth in Bowling, runs just really hard. So,
and it is a Deere motor, correct?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's Joe Kingen owned this tractor before the Yoders bought it, the full metal jacket. He switched from the John Deere sheet metal to the Minneapolis Moline sheet metal.
Good job by the Carlin's body on that tractor too. They do some nice sheet metal.
Speaking of Carlin's, have you been paying attention to their social media here lately?
No, but I've heard rumblings of what's going on.
It's going to look good.
Well, if all the other ones they've ever done did, it should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes. But
all right, boys. We know what time it is.
Time for picks. All
right.
Who's going first? 4 ones.
Up to our limited pro. I don't care. I mean, who wants to go first? Draw straws. I don't care.
Charles.
Okay. I got to go Chris Ashlerman.
Okay.
Of course. Of course.
That was my number 2.
Wyatt?
Well, there's no rule I can't pick the same thing. I was going to go with Chris Ashman, too. Dig for a living.
Oh, come on. Pick somebody different.
Nope.
Pick somebody different.
JP?
No, Shane's next in the rotation here.
I don't think so.
Whatever. I'll take Jared Friedrichs.
Really? The Wild Buck. Okay.
Y'all left him wide open. I'm taking Jacob Old just at dirt.
All right, I'm gonna move off of Ashlerman. So I'll let Wyatt have it. I'll take Adrian Cox.
Ooh.
I was looking at that one too.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll take Adrian Cox.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay,
Chris.
how about
Sorry,
this?
Chris.
Here's the rule. You can't
We're
take the same one twice.
That's you just made up that rule, whatever, Shane.
No, I didn't.
Children.
Two-wheel drives. Obviously,
Well,
it's always a pick 'em. Everybody's got differing opinions, but
Yep. We'll let you lead this one off there, bud.
obviously for success of this team, I'm going to go with Bethany Nelson, Sweet Revenge.
Dang it.
You want me to go or you?
You go. I don't know who I'm going to pick.
Well, I really am not too sure on who to pick in this one, but I guess I'll stick with Beatty with Sawmill.
Okay. Give me Mindy with Lil Whip.
Well, since you took Mendy, RJ.
I like it.
Like I said, when he won in Lancaster this year, that was the most dominant tool drive win I've ever seen. So,
How many feet do you win that one by?
30 feet.
Yui. Okay.
Yeah, he about smoked Brent with the two-wheeler on the camera. So,
Oh, I bet that was fun.
well, now it's time for the most, I would
Well,
say, interesting.
It's definitely an interesting one. I mean, it's going to go back and forth either way you go. Again, it depends on the weather.
I picked a tractor that's still running at 245 feet.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a safe bet.
That's a very, very safe bet. Oh, me.
I'm putting it out there now. I'm not choosing my brother because I'm not being biased.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to run with Mr. Campaign and Super Rooster. Give me the diesel.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to pick just because you don't know what the alcohols will do with the weather, at least in the air.
Yeah.
If a cloth or anything.
Diesels are a lot less finicky.
This is to a little more constant, easier to tune. Who's next?
Give me Hurt and Running Bear.
I'll go last, Charles. You can go.
Oh gosh, I really want to pick Colin Ross, but I just want to. I think Cody Cheezick might surprise everybody.
Going with the HD.
I'm going to go with Cody Cheezick.
All right. So who wants to go first now?
Well,
I gotta pick my home state. I gotta go Travis Schlabach.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
I mean, it's one of those toss-up classes. I mean, both right here.
Anybody could do this. All of
Yep.
them could. Single one of them could do it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, it's another gauntlet class.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, sir.
Well, Shane, you ain't got to go first. I know you set it up this way, so carry on.
Go ahead, give me Rat.
I'll take the one that is not at
Dude,
the
that
end.
was coming.
Oh, automatic. Just go ahead and write River Rat down times 4.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we'll just pick everything else.
Yeah, just have a second pick.
I mean, it's Tinker Toy all over again. I mean, if we all had the option, we would all say River Rat.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't.
This is true.
What I'm suggesting is you may as well say something else.
Which
I
is
got
fun.
something else in mind.
I do too. I actually wasn't going to pick the Rat just because what happened last year. He didn't win his preliminary. Justin Wegler did.
Yeah.
But he still won it all.
This is true. But like I said before, I'm not picking the one that's at the end of the class. I'm picking the one that's early.
Yeah.
We
And
don't know.
no, we're not gonna know.
We don't know until we get there. We're all going to look at each other and go, oh, yay, or we're going to go, oh, crap.
Charles or JP, who's going next?
It don't matter, Charles. You want to go?
Sure. I kind of alluded to in my comments earlier. I'm not going to sleep on Elijah Brown. Give him the green with envy.
I like it.
Ooh.
I love. I mean, of course, I love John Deere. I have nothing bad about Case. Pro Stock is just normally a Deere class. Give me Wagler.
Not like you farm with green or anything.
If I had to pick something that wasn't green, I'd pick red.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to pick Moss just because I know that tractor just runs well, but being as they've never been in the seat of it.
Yeah, he has. He's driven it outdoors, just not indoors.
Give me Ray Schrammick, Youngblood.
I wondered if that's where you were heading next.
Old.
It was
It crossed my mind.
I was gonna go DNR power anyways. It was just either Braden or
Exactly. Like, which one do you want? Yeah.
But no,
We
that
have
is
red on the table.
there is a lot of good tractors that are going to go home in this class.
And it's-
left
Yeah.
Money on the table. We left Lender. We left Couch. We left Mays.
It really sucks that you can only pick one.
All right, everybody do a second pick just because of just how Mazak is here.
I picked last. I go first. I'm taking Jack.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh,
And it can be one that's already been picked. I'm curious.
I guess it's me. Give me Rhett.
I'll go straight out of line.
Charles.
Oh, FAAFO, extra butter.
I like it.
Nice.
One of the more colorful classes out of them all, at least for sheet metal.
Yeah, no joke.
Right.
Moline, Kloss, Deer, Orange, Red.
All your different motor varieties as well.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah. Well, boys, I don't think there's anything to say about this Friday session, but stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Yeah. Well, that is going to do it for this episode of the Motorsports Almanac. We will be back to go over the Saturday afternoon session. We'll have the 4x4 diesel pickups, the 85 Light Pros, the Light Supers, and the 10-2 Pros to round out the week. As far as preliminaries go, obviously we can't do a show talking about the finals because we have no way of knowing that. So we will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and do whatever you got to do to share this around to your people.